Good evening and welcome to one more live session. Yesterday we had a live session on nouns and some questions came as to details of nouns. Please remember that the channel has many videos on nouns which have details. Today's topic is gerund. But before we go into the topic of gerund, and Shashwati has asked a very important question, which I will answer in the course of what we are going to do today. Let me answer a question which many of you are asking: how to become a member? Now, here, if you look at this is the page, this is the home page. You can see a star is there and it says join. I don't know if it is clear. You can see it says join. So that join button you have to click. YouTube will give you many suggestions. Once you press join, they will give you all these instructions that what kind of memberships are available. Primary member is there. What are the benefits? Then you go further, you find that there is also special member, and you can always do that. I won't spend much time on that today. Anybody who wants to become a member can become. Is it useful to be a member? I can't tell you. Ask the members. You can see here that every name which has a star against it is a member of the channel. We have primary members and special members. Almost all the live classes are only for members. These three classes, I wanted to test the, transmission, because 2 times we had problems with the transmission. So now that it's fine, tomorrow again I will take another class which is open to everybody. Good evening, those who have joined late. Please watch the first 2 minutes which you have missed. Whoever is joining late, please watch the rest of what is there. Today the topic is gerund, as you must have seen. Let me start by sharing with you a PowerPoint which will explain much of what I have to do. Remember that there is also an exercise, a test, because all of us like it. Our member, Vaijayanti Patil, has asked for gerund, and that is why I'm using this gerund. Let me now put full screen so that you get a better view. Okay, I hope that is better. Now, gerund is called a verbal noun. A verbal noun is that it looks like a verb, but it does the function of a noun. And participle is also like that. It looks like a verb, but does the work of an adjective. Shashwati, that is the answer to your question. A gerund functions as a noun, participle functions as an adjective, but both of them are actually derived from verbs. So we have root verb. You can see on the screen, root verb. Root verb is to plus verb. I have given you 2 examples of verbs: to eat or to work. Why did I take to eat and why did I take to work? The reason is because to eat is an irregular verb. We call it strong verb. That means there is a difference between the present tense, past tense, and past participle. They don't follow any rule. Whereas to work is a regular verb where the past tense and the past participle are made by adding ed. So I've taken one verb of this variety and one verb of the other variety. Regular is to work, irregular is to eat. Now, from the root means to plus verb. Please understand that the verb does not come alone. It comes from the root. So, to plus verb. If you know 100 verbs, you write down today in a notebook all 100 verbs and then make these 4 derivations from the root. To plus any verb, then you have present tense. How does the present tense form? You remove the to and you get what is called as the bare verb. Bare means without to, alone. That is the present tense. So eat and work. Eat, present tense, work, present tense. Now, when we come to the other one, that is the past tense. For eat, past tense is ate because it is not a regular verb, and work, past tense is worked. These are the only two tense forms which can be derived from the root. Please understand that the participle is not capable of doing the work of a verb alone. If it is alone, it can never be a verb. Yesterday, one of our members asked a question. Walking is a good exercise. I didn't answer yesterday. I told you I would do it today because walking is a gerund. Walking is the present participle of the verb to walk. The verb is in root form to walk. Present tense walk, W-A-L-K. Past tense walked. So I walk every morning. Yesterday I walked to the market. Past tense. Now you come to present participle walking. So if you want to use walking as a verb, then you have to put helping verb. I am walking, you are walking, we were walking, or we will be walking, we have been walking, we had been walking. Any helping verb coming in front of the ing form makes it into a verb. If you remove the helping verbs, then alone the ing form, which we call present participle, cannot do the work of a verb. Then it can either be a noun or an adjective. Walking is a good exercise. That is the example I'm taking, yesterday's example. Walking does the work of a subject. The only part of speech which can do the work of a subject is a noun. So although walking is a verb, it's derived from a verb, but its function is a noun. Remember, it happens in English many times. I can give you an example from real life. Suppose a person does MBBS and becomes a doctor. Then instead of practicing medicine, that person becomes an actor. So after 10 years, you will not call that person a doctor. You will call that person an actor. That is why the participle alone, present participle alone, is called a gerund. It is not called a verb. You have to remember that. Now, the past participle also has a similar function. I have eaten, you had eaten, we will have eaten. All these forms are there with worked also. With helping verb, it becomes a finite verb. I use the word finite verb in one of our special member classes, and all of you asked me, what is a finite verb? Finite verb means a verb which acts as a verb in a sentence. Present participle and past participle cannot act as a verb in a sentence unless you give them helping verbs. If you give them some helping verbs, then they become. You want to know more about it? Go to the 5 videos of lexical verbs. I have given great detail, 5, words. Okay, now, isn't working in present continuous? You did not understand the explanation. Ranjan Sarkarji, please listen to the explanation. Working with a helping verb, I am working, you are working, am, are, I have been working, have been, or I will be working, will be. These are called helping verbs. Unless you give a helping verb, working can never act as a verb in a sentence. alone by itself. It has no function of a verb. I hope that is clear for you. Auxiliary verb is helping verb. What you have used is right. Alone, don't say that working is the present continuous tense. Present continuous tense uses the present participle. Perfect continuous tense uses the present participle. See the word I'm using? Uses. It is not the present participle. It uses the present participle. And for that, you have to see the verb, the verb videos which I have put in great detail. Today, we are not talking about past participle at all because the gerund is always the ing form. But ing is not only gerund, it can also be a participle. Let me stop sharing this screen and go on to the next screen where I will give you examples because, all at once I can't share all the screens. Therefore, the technology has a lot of limits. Therefore, I do it one by one. Some wanted more examples. So here you will find a lot of examples. Okay, now gerund is verbal noun, a verb which acts in a sentence as a noun. So first I have given you a sentence where we are using the ing form, present participle, as a finite verb. That means it is actually the verb of the sentence. But in all the other sentences, it's a gerund, and in the last sentence, it's a participle. Now, why is it? I'll explain to you. I am singing. Singing is not alone. Singing takes the help of the verb to be. The root form to be has 7 different forms. Am, is, are, was, were, will be, and shall be. These are the forms of the verb to be. To be is the root which has the maximum number of forms in English. So we use the form to be, and then singing becomes finite. Finite means it acts as a verb. Then we have the form also. Suppose I say, I have been singing. Here it is present continuous. I am singing, present continuous. If you want to use perfect continuous, again you use ing form, that is the present participle, but you have to say have been. I have been singing. He has been singing. All these are the perfect continuous tense. In all those cases, it is a finite verb. Similarly, we were eating our dinner. Were is helping verb. Eating becomes finite here. So this is the whole verb group which is acting as a verb in a sentence. So in both these places, it is a finite verb. Now, I love singing. I can say I love apples. Any noun I can put here. So singing is doing the work of a noun. It is doing the work of the object of the sentence. If you say I love, question, what do you love? Sentence is incomplete. That is called, this also I've explained in many videos. This is called a verb which is transitive. Transitive is never complete without a noun. So we require a noun, but what are we giving? We are giving singing. Singing comes from a verb, but we actually gave it in the place of a noun. There you have, I love singing. Singing is a gerund. Similarly, we enjoy. What do you enjoy? Singing. Again, gerund. Singing is his hobby. Now you require subject of the sentence. Verb is needs a subject. The only part of speech which can act as a subject is a noun. Noun means noun or pronoun, because pronoun is just proxy of noun. So singing is again here subject acting as noun, so gerund. Here singing is good for the lungs. Again you have subject. Singing is gerund. All these are gerunds because in first 2 sentences it acted as the object of the sentence, which is noun function. Here it is subject of the sentence. Again, it's noun function. Now here you see singing songs. Songs is the subject because it's a noun again. Now, when you have two nouns side by side, that's not possible. There, singing becomes an adjective. The noun is song, singing song. What kind of song? Singing song. So, singing songs helps to pass time. Therefore, it is an adjective and we call it a participle. We don't call it, whenever, ing form comes with a noun behind it, it becomes a participle. It no longer remains a gerund. For it to be a gerund, it has to be completely alone in a noun function. The moment the noun function goes away, you have the participle function. These are the two forms. I've given you one more example before I give you the exercise. Smoking is bad for health. Suchi, please don't write in health, but for health. No parking. Jashodharan, no parking is very good. That's the gerund. Here, what you're trying to say is that you should not park your vehicle here. So when we use no parking, it gives the right example. So we were eating is finite verb. While eating, don't play with your phone. While is connector, requires a noun. No noun behind it. So it becomes gerund. Eating tasty food is nice. Now here you have eating tasty food. This is not a gerund, it's a participle. Please understand, I have written G. That's not correct. Let me correct it on the screen itself. Because tasty food is a noun and therefore eating becomes a participle. Find some time for eating. For is preposition can join only noun. So here eating is a gerund. Eating on time. Now see preposition. So time is a noun, but eating is a gerund because eating time we are not saying. We are saying eating on time is best for health. So again, gerund. She is looking forward to eating your cooking. Again, it is eating is an adjective because cooking is here. Here cooking again is the gerund. So since I used eating, I'm not telling. You're cooking, here, your is the gerund and eating is the participle. I hope, well, let me see what you. Singing songs helps. Songs is not here. Singing is more important. Help to pass time, we don't say. Although songs is a plural noun, but we are talking about singing songs. Singing is singular. Therefore, the singular verb has to be used, not help, but helps. I love reading is gerund. I read books every day is finite verb. Excellent. Eating is here as an adjective in number 3. Very good. I'm very happy. Number 3, it is adjective, therefore participle. I just made the change. Walking is good for health. Walking is a gerund. Very good. Now, going school, going to school. Please don't say going school makes us good. Going to school, since to is there, going is not an adjective, it is a noun, and therefore we use it as, we call it a gerund and not a participle. If you say going school, that would be right. Now, one more correction I wanted to make is, when you asked a question, let me go back to earlier. How gerund differ from present participle? I have understood your meaning, but this is not a correct construction. Without did, you cannot form a question like this. How does a gerund, how does a gerund, article is required, differ from the present participle? Or how does the gerund differ from the present participle. So make that correction. We have a new member, Balaji. I welcome you to the channel. Please remember, Sunday we shall have a members only class. After these three classes, which is open to everybody, from Sunday again we begin members only classes. Now we go on to the exercise. Please get ready. Already many examples have been given by people. Makes me very happy. Now we have an exercise. There are 9 sentences. Now you have to find out which of them is a finite verb, which is a gerund, and which is a participle. I will show you the answers also. Today we are going to end the class exactly at 8 o'clock, not more time than that, because I have something else to do. So here, what are you reading? First sentence. Is it a gerund, participle, or finite verb? They spend their free time in reading. Put number 1 and then say finite verb FV or gerund G or participle P. That much if you write, that is enough. Please answer quickly. They spend their free time in reading. Reading good books develops the brain. The house needs painting. An artist is painting a picture of the sea coast. Painting needs practice. Children are playing in the park. She is good at playing the piano. Take a shower after playing in the sand. Now, these are the 9 sentences. It has finite verbs sometimes, gerund sometimes, and participle sometimes. As you wait for the class, let me announce that today's class was on the request of our member Vaijayanti Patil, and tomorrow's class is at the request of our member Samantha, who wanted to know phrases and clauses. So phrases and clauses also requires the definition of the finite verb. It will almost be an overlap of what I explained first as finite. A gerund is a non-finite verb. A participle is a non-finite verb. The root, we call it to infinitive, to plus verb. That also is a non-finite verb. So these you have to keep in mind. For tomorrow's class, again, we will have a small explanation and an exercise. Now I'm waiting for you to give me the answers. I'm told that they show you some advertisements and there is some time lag. I don't know. But once your answers come, I will quickly correct it and then show you the answer slide also. And we will end the class at that point. If you still have doubts in gerunds, send me many comments. The more comments you write, like our members do, 1 comment every day, the better you learn. You remember that if you really want to learn a lot, you must certainly keep writing comments because that's a great practice. Welcome to Vasant Kumar, who has become a special member. Please attend these classes and Sunday members class only. All right, now let me see. Please go one by one. I forgot to tell you this. The members already know. Please go sentence by sentence because I can't correct all sentences at once. So you are giving the answers. Continue to give the answers. I will give you 1 more minute to do this. And then we will start correcting the answers one by one. Take your time, answer and put. I'm not able to correct your answers. Usually, whenever we have a test, we do it in the right order. So everybody does number 1, then everybody does number 2, everybody does number 3, and so on. So now I find that, lots of, we started with number 8 or we went off to number 7. Some people have done in a regular order. That's wonderful. I find that it is great. Please continue to write the answers. Once I show you, you will be able to correct your answers. Okay, as I told you, today we have little time. And then I will try to explain, once I show you the answers, I will try to explain to you why they are the answers. So I'll give you another minute so that you can still look at the sentences. Remember that these are available as videos afterwards also. So if you're very confused when the answers are being given, you get really, worried. Like today, I read a comment by our very sincere member Rajkumarji. He says that he's been teaching for 6 years, but he still gets nervous about grammar. Grammar is the most important part of any language. And grammar is like a game. If you learn to play the game, you enjoy yourself. If you think of grammar as rules, as very tough, then, uh, then it becomes a real problem. Okay. Kasturi is one, very sincere learner. She says that these classes are enjoyable. I will try to have more of this. My throat does not give me much chance to have many live classes. I try to do. Otherwise, if I was younger, maybe I would do a live class continuously because it's fun to meet all of you. It's nice to see that you are learning. Now I'm stopping this and I will go to the next slide, and that is the answers which are there. Okay, wait a little. You will get the answers soon. And then, for each answer, I will quickly tell you why it is so. Then you won't have any problems. If you have questions today, we have only 3 minutes left. If you have questions, please post them in the comment box or ask me tomorrow. Tomorrow I won't be in a rush. So tomorrow we can have a longer question. What are you reading is a finite verb. Number 1 is a finite verb. Please correct your answers because I'm not going to look through the chat box again. Are reading. Are is to be. To be is the helping verb. Whenever you add helping verb to present participle, it is always a verb. It is not anything other than a verb. They spent their free time in reading is a gerund. In shows you that it is a preposition. It can add a noun. A preposition is only used in a sentence when you want to put a noun or pronoun, you want to join it to the sentence. They spend their free time in reading. So reading is a noun function and we call it a gerund. Reading good books develops the brain. Now, good books is the noun. Reading is adjective to good books. Therefore, it is a participle. Reading, if it was reading develops the brain, you cut off good books, it becomes a gerund. The moment you put uh, good books, it becomes a participle. Please watch the adverb video, Ranjan Sarkar. You will not have a question like this. In reading is not there are adverbs and there are adverbials and there are adverb phrases. All these are different. So I would request you, please watch the adverb video and then you can ask me again questions. The house needs painting. The house needs what? Object is required. Therefore, painting here is gerund. An artist is painting a picture of the sea coast. Now, is painting, is the moment is comes, painting becomes finite. It does not remain non finite. Gerund and participle are non finite. So, please watch, please remember that is, are, these are all forms of to be. So finite verb. Painting needs practice. Now here we have verb requires a subject. The subject is only one word, and that is painting. So it's a noun. No other word other than noun or pronoun can be a subject. So it's a gerund. Children are playing in the park. Again, you have are. Therefore, it is finite because helping verb makes ing finite. She is good at playing the piano. Piano noun is there. Playing describes this noun. Therefore, it is a participle. If you remove this, she is good at playing, then you stop there because she's good at sports. That's what it means. Then it becomes gerund immediately. Wherever it is, painting portraits needs practice in sentence number 6. If you say painting portraits or painting scenery needs practice, then immediately painting will become participle. It will not remain a gerund. Then you have take a shower after playing in the sand. Now, playing does not have noun after it. It has a preposition. Preposition, noun is after the preposition. Therefore, playing is doing the work of a noun and therefore it is a gerund. All verbs have ing forms. Most of them can act as gerunds or participles. Participle has another use, that is the past participle as an adjective. And to infinitive, to plus verb also are non-finite. They can do both functions of noun and adjective. To infinitive. Participle, adjective can be present participle, past participle. Those are non-finite. So there is lots to do. There are all videos available in great detail. I want you to get all those videos. Those of you who've got 8 out of 9, 7 out of 9, excellent. Please practice a little more and then you will enjoy doing this. Okay, good night for today and see you tomorrow again, same time. Let me stop sharing the screen and say good night to all of you. Please revise whatever I have said today in the beginning, because again, I'm going to talk to you about finite and non-finite verbs, because the definition of a phrase and a clause depends on the finite and non-finite verb. Samantha usually has a class at this time. She's my own student. Therefore, I hope tomorrow she comes because tomorrow is her request. On Sunday, we shall have Mohan Valliji's request, and that is figures of speech. I have done metaphor and simile. I will do some new figures of speech for the class, which is for all members on Sunday. Good night.